Not everyone that's in the prison that is guilty, but we have a university center criminal.
You're walking through the streets of Castries early one evening, trying to get a feel for the life of the city when the sun goes down. Most places are deserted. No sign of the hustle and bustle that moved the city mere hours ago. But where you find people, they're trying to make their way home after a hard day at work, while some linger along Jeremy Street, catching a drink with friends, enjoying music from one of the bars, or trying to get a quick pick from the lottery games with hopes of winning the jackpot later tonight. As you saunter through the crowd, a young man in tattered clothes, equally unkempt hair, and a preceding introductory odor of a man obviously unfriendly with water steps before you. "Excuse me, sir," he says. "Would you happen to have $5 or some spare change to provide nutrition for a starving man? Remember, hunger is a worthy cause." You're taken aback by his obvious command of the English language and wonder, what happened to him? I'm Shane. Welcome to another episode of Solutions, Answers from the People. Simple solutions offered by St. Lucians. Now you're sold on this man's proposal. Despite his unfriendly odor and appearance, he has obviously seen better days and may well have been a model citizen. As you slip your hand into your pocket to contribute to his nutrition, you catch some movement in the corner of your eye. Like a scene from a zombie movie, they rise from their cardboard tents as they realize you're a giver. You're a target now. You slip some coins quickly into his hand and turn to cross the street towards the market, thinking there seems to be an increase in the number of mentally ill persons roaming the streets. So we ask the people, what is your solution to deal with the growing number of mentally ill persons who are uncared for in the streets? Let's hit the streets and hear what the people had to say.
Sweetie, to tell you the honest truth, government just out to build some houses and put some people to take care of them, like buy groceries, do whatever they can to take care of them. And then people who are able can give them clothes, provide them with food and different things, and just that, they have people taking care of them. Because it's not good at all. Sometimes I do pass in town and sometimes tears running down my cheeks because to see them, like, I remember my mother, my grandmother, it hurts. So they really have to do something.
Well, honestly, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I think it's a very serious situation. I believe the authorities are not, I don't want to really blame, sometimes we really pass blame, but I believe they are not doing enough and they're not looking at this serious enough. I remember recently, some tourists were walking down from waterfront and this guy is just behind them and I'm saying, who is going to protect these people? I mean, he can do anything and then probably they can't defend themselves. Even I had a recent incident that I don't want to go into, but then most times now they just take them and send them to the wellness center and within a week they back out on the streets. I believe this should be taken, more seriously. And I believe they should have a place where they keep these people until you know that they are able to, be out there, that somebody is going to care for them. There should be somewhere where they keep them for a good while, just to help them rehabilitate because it's a really serious situation.
So what I'm advising the government to do, that wellness center we call wellness center, is to employ people to have these vagrants inside there, to bathe them, take care of them, feed them, give them their medication and things. Because this building, they have enough space to do that. What we have to do, the monies we are spending in all different kind of areas, which we feel that is that we have other areas to spend this money. Spend it on these kind of people because at the long run, what is going to happen? When these people injured you or something happened, these people, they just put them in Golden Hope for a portion of time or in the wellness center for a portion and release them after a time.
But what I think they can do, you could have to build a place, to put them inside of the place. And then for the government to make a special contribution to look after them. And if they have family, get in touch with them as well to pay a contribution as well.
I think most of the people who are on the streets, mentally unstable people, they have families, most. And it's a situation where the families are not capable, they don't have the skills to take care of those people. And so one would suggest that the authorities, society, us, possibly a wellness center, not the wellness center, but maybe an outpatient sort of system where that sort of care can be given to them. State monitoring to ensure that that person is on their meds and what have you. And possibly also giving families who have mentally unstable relatives the skills to take care of those people. I lived in St. Kitts for a while, and I can tell you our system here is worlds ahead of theirs. We have, for example, a mental hospital specifically for that. They have a few beds at the general hospital for that. And so you have more of those people out on the streets. But the difference is they're more so taken care of by their families. So you don't, while they're on the streets during the day, yes, but they're not a nuisance. Also with the tourism aspect of things, I don't want to say I fear, but what happens if one of our mentally unstable people were to attack a tourist or even a local? Because we must take care of ourselves and then let the tourists enjoy what we do for ourselves and not do it for the tourists. So yeah, to answer your question, it has to take a holistic approach from the family, from the institution, and hopefully, we can come with a solution.
Myself, I think you should put them in a home and take care of them. That's what I say. That's the solution.
The relative and the family. Without that connection, without that care for the outsiders, would not do it. So we as people need to encourage our siblings and our peers to take care of our loved ones, rather than continue to wander on the streets.
I'm St. Lucian, and I really do care about mental health issues. And what I have seen is that there isn't sufficient provision for people with mental health, and it does involve the community investing more services so that these people can have better rehabilitation. And if the country is saying it's having problems financially, mental health will be way, way, way down their list. But it's for the people to raise the priority more so that they can meet their needs. Because 1 in 4 of us will suffer from mental illness. So that is a statistic we should take very serious.
Then people will have to try and put them inside because they don't have nobody to take care of them. Because when they're out, they're all about the place. They're begging, nobody don't want to help them. Everybody telling them like that, you all want money, money. Go and work. The money is too they're working for $1. Everybody have to go and work for their money. See, so then people have to stay inside. Then people have to leave. When they go inside, they don't have to put them back out. They have to let them stay inside. Inside they have to stay in.
Yes, I was just saying to get proper facilities for them. See that, the mental wellness center has proper medical staff that can help them with the issues. And on that, get other places that where you could put them, so that, they could help to develop themselves with problems, because I think, our society does not seem to take mental issue as a serious problem, and I think it's high time we do that because mental illness is a health issue.
These were just some of the answers from the people. We'll take a break right now. When we come back, more solutions. Welcome back to Solutions. We asked the people, what is your solution to deal with mentally ill persons who are uncared for in the streets? Let's get some more solutions.
These people are attacking tourists, citizens, and what you could do these people. They even attacked me already. But as a smart guy, what to do when you see these people attack you? Be friendly and nice with them. If you come aggressive, trust me, they will be more aggressive than you. If you come calm with them, because they have feelings too. If you try to rough them and because they are vagrant and say, hey, move from there, you get them irritated right away too and they could take you on.
When you check the fact of the life of the solution of helping people that is homeless, helping people that is disturbed, you have to analyze the different sickness. You cannot treat for all the same purpose because they have people that is mentally disturbed, family problems that push them away from the houses. You have family abusement, rape, accuse, and take what possession that any adopted parents or uncle give to the people to assist the young ones, but then they use it for themselves, and then you come like an object. Eventually you get pushed out, thrown out with pain, anger, frustration, and then you seek to find love.
Well, you do, apparently when you walk throughout St. Lucia, you do have an issue where you have a number of mentally ill persons on the street in itself. Sadly, I don't think that the country takes that situation seriously. Somebody goes to mental wellness, after they have nowhere to go, we release them on the streets. I think that we need to invest in a housing program for persons who are mentally unstable or who have mental issues in itself. You do have certain places in St. Lucia that deal with homeless persons, but they don't cater for persons who are mentally ill. So investing in a housing program for those very persons and at least having caregivers the entire program, so there's a transition from the wellness center to that area. I think that's basically my best solution.
Of people who are mentally ill, and it's very sad to see how we've been treating them. And I know, look, I think both governments have attempted to do things in the past, but given the economic situation, the situation is becoming even worse than it is now. And we should feel sorry for these people because they're not in a position to be able to take care of themselves. It's very, very, very sad. Over the last couple of days, I've met some people who have autistic children who don't have a job because they have to sit and take care of their child. They can't afford to send their child to proper schooling. And we need to be concerned about that. But the solution to that is we have to have more money. We have to grow the economy. We have to be in a position to help those people.
That was our first set of solutions. So you made it across Jeremy Street into the alley that cuts through the market. As you enter, another man in rags is rummaging through styrofoam containers in a garbage bin, trying to feed himself on what others didn't want that day. You stop for a while to look at him, but he's a man on a mission, never once paying heed to his audience, focused only on the urgency in his stomach. As he throws out the bones to salvage the leftover food, a mangy mutt mangled by the ravages of starvation sees an opportunity. Soon enough, as if by canine telepathy, 2 more dogs enter the alley, headed for the free feast. By the time you exit, a small pack of stray dogs are scrimmaging for leftovers from the leftovers. We asked the people, what is your solution to control the growing number of stray dogs in the streets of the city?
I think they should do something about that very, very long time. Because you find these dogs brings things like, diseases in the country. I think the government should put something in place. Like before, they used to have a man before, they used to catch them dogs and put it in a cage. Yeah, that was a while. I think government should really look towards that and have them dogs, have somebody who is willing to do it, try and fetch them dogs and put them in a cage. Those who you can put them to sleep, or you can ask somebody if they want a dog. There's people who need a dog at their home.
They're supposed to have people in place to collect all them dogs and kill them. Because there are some dogs, just get upset when you see them. You should really do have a method or effort to get rid of them dogs. The system supposed to have something for them dogs, because I see some dogs that have rabies and all kind of things in tongue between people passing and nobody do nothing about it. So the people at the authority supposed to do something better than them dogs in placement and get rid of them dogs.
Well, take them and put them someplace. Or because they have one, all its skin come out and it's already in the road. So if they could have take them and put them someplace, like before, City Council had a place in the gardens used to put them, and that just finished. I don't know what became of it again. So if they could have get some place to put them, it would have been better.
Well, probably they should find like a building and probably a little shelter for them.
Because them dogs get people sickness. You understand? Around, sometimes you end up walking around, sit down somewhere, and then dog lay down there, and you get, get your sickness. You gotta get rid of them fast as we can. You understand? Especially when the skin coming out, they're changing the colors of the skin. To remove it fast.
Well, what you have to do, what they have to do, put them things in a cage and feed them, because it is a pet.
Yeah, I think we should take them to a shelter. That is, to me, is a little more humane than we just go about killing them. I think there are people around that is very happy to take them and do something good instead of putting them to sleep. And they might come to a situation where they have to go to sleep if the situation is very critical. But I think the best thing is to put them in shelters. We have to be a little bit nice to the animals also.
The stray dogs on them, they could carry it to me because I'm in love with dogs. Trust me, I'm in love with dogs. And the government have to do something different to take care of them things, because I mean, people health concern, it's a different variety. You understand me? But trust me, the government takes step, I will too. I love dogs.
Well, if the dogs are sick, I suppose they can put them to sleep. Some authority, the authorities or whoever is in charge, if they are sick. If they are not sick, they can get shelters for them if they have animal shelters around. I think that's the best thing.
More solutions coming up after this break. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Solutions on Choice TV. We ask the people, what is your solution to control the growing number of stray dogs in the streets of the city? Let's hit the streets again.
Build a certain place to put all of them, and like they could take care of them, and probably maybe if some of them too sick, that they could put them to sleep. But the majority that looking healthy, they could, at least have a shelter for them. Because sometimes I myself have too many dogs and like I just wonder what to do with them. I wish like they had a certain place, you understand? I could give to them, that I could take care of them, and maybe people, if they're healthy enough, that people can maybe adopt them or whatever, you understand? But the sick ones, to me the sick ones, they should put them to sleep, because they have a lot of, sometimes I pass and I see a dog so sick that I'm saying, what is this dog doing in the streets, roaming with people? But they should at least take them and put them to sleep.
Oh yes, that's a problem we've been dealing with, have to deal with for a long time. I'm sure that dogs and other animals would be a greater risk to motorcyclists and two-wheel vehicles, because I mean, you have less, control over those vehicles when you run over or you try to avoid one of those animals.
Well, I think they should find a place to put them. Either they have a special place to put them instead of having them all on the road. But not kill them, but to take care of them and stuff.
There was a set of people I should take care of, like a voluntary veterinarian. What's up with them? What's the latest with them? But I guess the government should put on, because the government should put on some measures in place.
Well, I think government have to take them out and bring them somewhere. And if you don't want to kill them, feed them somewhere else, but not in the town, because it's sickness running all over. So we don't like it.
The solution to stray dogs, we had that before. I can remember a few years ago we had somebody collecting stray dogs, have them in some area somewhere, they feed them and give them water. And you as the owner would come to collect your dog and you'd pay a fee to do that. And what they used to do, if the dogs are sick, they put them to sleep. If they are in good health, even though they're sick, but they're good, they're properly thing that you could treat them, give them medication and thing, and help them go in.
Well, what I think should be done, they should have laws in place to get rid of all these dogs, you know, because it's a problem, and we are a tourism island, and it's a problem.
They have a dog. Each time I see that dog, I get upset. And I feel if I had authority, if I had a gun, I just killing it and leave it there for the city council to go and pick it up.
That's it from the streets. While many responses from the streets called for the government to intervene, it must be pointed out that mental health care has been a priority of the government. Government drafted a mental health policy in 2007, produced a revived mental health strategic plan for 2007-2008 to 2010-2011, and a draft mental health act in 2008. A disaster emergency plan for mental health has been in place since 2000. Approximately 4% of the national health expenditure is allocated to mental health annually. In 2009, the government commissioned the construction of a new 104-bed mental hospital. In 2010, the National Mental Health and Wellness Center added 28 new members to its staff, including a new director, with a view to enhancing client care and protection. The addition of these positions represented an increase of US $253,678 per year in spending for mental health care in St. Lucia. But perhaps the most successful activity was the development and implementation of community health care programs, where clients were provided with primary and preventative care at a community level. Unfortunately, mainly due to lack of funding, that program was shelved, and since then, we have seen an increase in the number of mentally ill persons roaming the streets again. Now, the problem with stray animals, specifically dogs, is not a new one. The preferred solution in years gone by will raise eyebrows today, and the word inhumane will resonate through the airwaves. In the absence of specific city ordinances to control the strays, the Castries City Council has implemented a plan to rid the city of the current problem. A gentleman has already been employed to capture stray dogs and keep them at a location identified and set up as impound. The council is now awaiting advice from the veterinary department to decide the fate of the dogs. Will they be put up for adoption in a good, caring home, or will they be euthanized and freed from their worldly suffering? That's it for today. If you have something to say, we want to hear. Look out for the Choice TV crew for a chance to present your solution to the country. Now, if you have a burning question you want us to ask the people, we can do that too. Send us an email with your hot burning issue at solucian@choice39.tv. That's SOLUCIAN@choice39.tv. Join us again next week for more Solutions.
Not everyone that's in the prison that is guilty, but we have a university center criminal